You kind of got to learn and adapt to what is happening in the garden. Hey beautiful people, welcome back to the channel. So today we are getting out here into the garden, and last you saw we had cleaned this off just about a week ago actually. So what we're going to do today is we are going to be planting some fall crops. It's very exciting. Okay, so here I have, as you can see, it's kind of been monged on a wee bit. We had a few caterpillars on here. Well, they're moths really that are laying eggs. And actually, oh, this is perfect. I can show you guys what the eggs look like. Okay, so let me see if I can get a good shot here. So do you see all of these little green things here? These are eggs. So the moths come along, they lay the eggs, and then the eggs, of course, turn into larvae. And then, of course, they start eating, as you can see, on the crop. It's not unusual for this time of the year. And in all honesty, these are probably some of the easiest pests to deal with. I just literally go through all of my cruciferous vegetables that I've planted out, and I will check the leaves for these eggs and check them, of course, for the larvae. Now, it has been a day and a half since I've been able to do it because it's been raining. So they probably had plenty of opportunity to lay eggs on these guys, so I need to go over them again. But ironically, this crop here that I have gotten from Plants Etc., this is a red jewel cabbage, and as you can see, they don't seem to be very inclined to mange on it. I find that very, very interesting, and I think maybe next year I might go ahead and invest in a lot more of this crop. Now, this is just part of the general learning experience. When it of course comes to gardening, you've kind of got to learn and adapt to what is happening in the garden. And when you find a crop that does well, has lower pest pressure, and still is going to give you the desired results that you're looking for, the desired crop that you're trying to achieve, you just got to learn to run with it and enjoy the process of it. So what I am going to do is, I've got some soil bags. I'm going to go on ahead and I'm going to top off this bed, kind of clean up where this zinnia, as you can see, has kind of flopped over. That's happened from the storms that we've been getting. Been a lot of wind, a lot of rain, so there's a lot of flower breakage going on here. So I'm going to kind of trim the poor zinnia up, and honestly, I'll probably take in some of the flowers that have fallen over and cracked off of the stem, like what you see here. See how this has come off of that main stem? I'll probably just go ahead and cut that off because there's some flowers still on it, and I can take these into the house and put them in arrangement and enjoy them. And then that'll still leave part of this plant for all of the pollinators that are still running around. And I'm not too worried if I need to cut this guy back a little bit more strongly since it's broken. I would rather go on ahead and do that than leave it broken and have it draw bad bugs to this bed. I would rather at least take in the flowers and enjoy them and leave what I can for the pollinators to enjoy. So I'm going to go on ahead. I'm going to put you on hyperlapse. We're going to get this bed all sorted out, and then we're going to start planting some fall crop in this bed, and it's going to be a good day. Yeah. Okay, so that is basically it, guys. So what I ended up planting in this bed is going to be, just go on ahead and set you down here, make it easier on us both. Okay, so it's called Destiny Broccoli. It's compact and heat tolerant, which is good because still at this time of the year, even going into October, while we can have a killing frost that will take out the garden, it is still possible for us to have days that are in the 80-degree category. So even though we get our first killing frost, it doesn't necessarily mean that the warmth is completely gone. Now that is good and that is bad, of course, because you've got that kind of weird balance in there that makes it a little bit challenging. But on the good side, that does mean that something like this, which happens to be a cool weather loving crop, has been bred to tolerate a little bit more heat, which is perfect for our zone and for our general climate. Now, the other good thing about this Destiny broccoli is that it reaches maturity in 40 to 45 days. So that's like a month and a half. And now that I've got them planted out, they're really gonna take off. I probably should have had them planted out about a week ago, but we were really trying to wait for all of the dry shelling peas to finish up with their work and what they were doing in order to make room for these guys. And I did kind of have to shove sort of one over here next to the zinnia that's sort of tilted over, but it will be fine and it will probably be semi-protected by that zinnia should we get a killing frost. And the good news is that here in a month and a half, we're gonna have some yummy, yummy broccoli. And not just enough for us to eat, but also enough for us to potentially put into our freezer. So that is a very, very exciting thing for me personally. Now, when it comes to broccoli, obviously it's a brassica. Now, for whatever reason, I don't know what the reason is, if I just haven't found the right seed type or variety to grow myself from seed, but I seem to have issues with seed starting broccoli in particular. So that's why I went on ahead and I got some starts. That's not necessarily always the most ideal way to go because you're going to be spending more money getting the start. But on the flip side, it's better than paying the price that you're going to be paying at the grocery store for a head of broccoli or even a bag of frozen broccoli. You're still going to be paying way less doing it this way as opposed to what you can get in the store. So now this one also, before I sign off here because I forgot that, it does say compact. So if all you've got is pots, you can easily grow this variety in a pot. So just because you don't have a garden bed or an in-ground space doesn't mean that you can't grow fall crops. You might have to get a little inventive. And if all you have is a bunch of pots lying around and say you've pulled out your petunias, you've pulled out your zinnias and geraniums and they're done for the year, you can totally put broccoli in these pots instead. Number one, it's going to give you a harvest. Number two, it's actually going to be really lovely. A lot of people decorate with, you know, kales and cabbages. So just think of the broccoli as the same way because they're going to have those big, beautiful leaves that are going to look lush and full during the cold part of fall and be decorative and yummy all at the exact same time. So I would call that a win-win if it was me. So even if all you have is a container garden, go ahead and put some fall crops in those pots. You might be surprised at what you end up with. You'll really come away with something rather lovely. Now, if you would like to see more fall gardening content, I'm going to go on ahead and I'm going to put a video here at the end of this video that you can click on and check out for your next watch time on here. Also, if you are somebody who thinks it's way too late for you to be starting a garden, trust me, it is not too late for you to start gardening. And I have a guide here to help you. So everything that I've learned since 2015, I have gone on ahead and I have put into a quick start guide to small space gardening. That is what we do here specifically because I was told that I couldn't garden in this small of a square footage, but I am growing successfully and I'm growing the majority of what we eat now. So that's a very, very exciting thing, and I want to encourage you to be able to do the same, because you can do the same. It is possible in a small space. And that's what that guide is there to walk you through, and you can do it in just 3 days. Seriously, guys, go on ahead and get the guide. I will have the links to that, and I will also have a link to our newsletter. If you don't catch it here in the description box below, go on ahead and check out the channel, because we do have those 2 links set up for you on our channel profile. So go on ahead and check those out as well. And guys, as always, keep it simple, natural, and essential. We'll see you on the next video. Bye.